Hello everybody on YouTube and all the NHL lovers out there. This is Andrew Warren, back here once again, giving you my picks for the early predictions for the 2018-2019 NHL season. Let's get rolling. Alright, in the Eastern Conference, what I'm going to do is do the top 4 teams who are going to make it to the playoffs. And I'm probably going to go from there because I'm not going to waste all time, all the divisions and everything like that. So I'm just going to give you the top 3 who's going to win in the division and give you the wild card from there. So that's what I'm going to do. So anyways, that being said, let's begin. So I'm going to kick off in the Eastern Conference. I'm going to kick off in the Metropolitan Division. I'm going to pick the number 1 seed, who I think personally will be number 1. It's going to be Pittsburgh. I think the Penguins will redeem themselves for in the season. I know they have Avery McCullough, and they still got not Patrick Chung. I was going to say Patrick Chung for the Patriots, but no, that's not it. But anyways, I was going to say, what should I say? Should I have to mention the name? All right, Sidney Crosby. I was only kidding. But anyways, they got Avery McCullough and Sidney Crosby on there. I think they're going to be dominant in the division for a while. I know last year was a fluke and all for them, but I think they're going to redeem themselves, see what they can go through and all that. So I think that's going to be helping them out. And of course, it's going to be number 2 in the Metropolitan Division, the defending Stanley Cup champions, the Washington Capitals. I think the Washington Capitals will take number 2 in the division. Honestly, though, they still got Alex Ovechkin, who was the Conn Smythe Trophy winner last year, and who finally got the Stanley Cup up on his back. But they still got Brandon Hopefully too, and I think TJ Oshie's still there too, if I remember right. So I think they're gonna, as long as those guys are gonna be there, they're gonna be fine. Now, if I think they're gonna get the President Trophy, no way. But I will give it to you coming up. So, anyways, that being said, though, the Columbus Blue Jackets will take number 3 in the Metropolitan Division. They still got Cam Atkinson and Nick Fontangelo still there, which I think they're gonna still be all right in there. As long as they can keep those guys healthy, I think they're gonna be okay. On my point of view for the Columbus Blue Jackets, but till they get someone else that support that form for the Columbus Blue Jackets, they need a lot of help to get more of that cup if they want to win it. And of course, the wild card in this one is the Philadelphia Flyers. Yeah, I think Philadelphia's gonna reach in the playoffs this year. Believe it or not, I think they're gonna do one. I know they still got Clyde Garrix and I still got Andrew McDonald on them, But still, I think they may get a little bit of momentum. I don't know why I say that, but I think they're going to get a little momentum and something going on with them. So we'll see how it goes. All right, let's go to the Atlantic Division right now. All right. The first place I think is going to get the Atlantic Division is the Toronto Maple Leafs. Yes, I think the reason being they got John Travers from the New York Islanders. I think that was a huge stepping stone for them. That's going to set off the momentum for the Toronto Maple Leafs. And his lifelong dream was to be a Toronto Maple Leafs fan. So, hey, good for him. But we'll see how that turns out. But I think John Travers was the biggest guy they ever gotten besides the big player. Well, how should I say this? John Travers, Travers, whatever his name is. I think he's the best guy that is not Sidney Crosby. Just saying. And then he still got Morgan Nielly still there from the Toronto Maple Leafs. But I think that getting John Travers is a big stone for them to help them out. So I think they're definitely going to get that number 1 seed in the Atlantic. Unfortunately, I hate to say it, but whatever. And of course, we got the Tampa Bay Lightning taking 2nd place in the Metropolitan Division. They still got Steven Stamkos in there, in which I think he's still going to be the guy for the Tampa Bay Lightning. I think he's still going to be the guy. Yeah. Then for the Boston Bruins, are going to take 3rd place. My Boston Bruins, I should say, because I like the Boston Bruins. And they still got Zdeno Chara. They still got Patrice Bergeron. They got Corey Krug, and they got David Krejci still there. I believe David Krejci's still there, so I think all that, and Brad Marchand too. So I think that's gonna help us out to keep hanging on in being number 3 in the Atlantic. But personally, I like to get some redemption with the Tampa Bay Lightning after they cost us the playoffs last year, and they cost us to be at least 2nd place or the division last year. So, just saying. But anyways, in the wild card, I think it's going to be the Florida Panthers in taking the number 4, in the second wild card in the Atlantic Division. Yeah, they know they got like Vince Toliek and they got the free agent, big free agent signing they picked up. There's Paul Thompson from the Vegas Golden Knights, which I will get to Vegas in a minute, which I think is not going to be thrill for them, but we'll see. But anyways, the Florida Panthers with adding Paul Thompson in there, that's going to help them out a lot. I think they needed some little redemption, but might as well start somewhere. Might as well pick up him. That's a good place to start. That's how I look at it. So there you go. That's my Eastern Conference standings. That's where I'm going to go in the top 4 teams in each division. All right, now let's move on to the Western Conference now. All right, the Western Conference, number 1 in the Central Division. I got the Winnipeg Jets on there. I think the Winnipeg Jets are onto something. They want to try to get something to be the first Canadian team to win the Stanley Cup since the Montreal Canadiens in '93, which obviously this year will be 26 years in the making. So anyways, with Mark Chevalier as the assistant captain and Blake Wheeler, they have a good shot. I have a big chance on that. And then we got the Nashville Predators taking second place. Okay, I'll say PK Subban. That's it. He's going to take him. But other than that, they got Jared Giuliani, who has been signed with the Pittsburgh Penguins, who they took away from the Penguins. That's going to slip a black note to Pittsburgh, I think. But anyways, that being said, Jerry Giuliani is still good. It's going to be a big mark to help out PK Subban. Try to get that Stanley Cup championship he's going to get. We'll see. And of course, third place, his third place is going to be the St. Louis Blues. Like I said, another guy from the former Vegas Golden Knights. That was David Pateron, who's there, who got signed with them this year, and they still got Alex Pelagiatic, who is still in the St. Louis Blues. I think they're going to take some little knots on that. I think they're going to try to make some noise. And of course, number 4, I think it's going to be the Chicago Blackhawks. Hey, Patrick Kane, Jonathan Taylor's coming back. Jonathan Toews, or whatever his last name. I think it's Jonathan Toews. But anyways, that being said, those 2 have been hurt last year. They're coming back. Just saying. But with them coming back, that's going to help them out with the Chicago Blackhawks. Last year, they did poorly without him. They showed it. They really need those 2 guys. As long as those 2 guys are there, they're going to win some games. And they still be in the playoffs. And of course, we got them go. And no, that's it. Sorry, I take it back. Excuse me. All right, let's get on with the Pacific. In the Pacific round, we got the San Jose Sharks taking first place. I got San Jose taking first place in there. They got Joe Thornton, who's coming back from injury. Joe Palasic, who's coming up from injury. Another team that's been an injury bug, like Chicago last year. They're coming back. So I think they're going to come back strong. I think they're going to be a threat in the playoffs, I think. So I think this is going to be something they can redound for. Anyways, number 2 is going to be Calgary Flames. Another guy they take from Vegas. They took James Neal, who is from, that's going to help them out a little bit. They still got Mike Giordanato. They still got him. Mark Giordanato, I should say. And then Sean Monahan. They still got him. They're going to do some damage, I think. They're going to win some games in there, get some points. And of course, though, number 3 is going to be the LA Kings. I think with Jonathan Quick still there, Giordani, and Case Carpenter, they're going to come back. And they're going to be coming back strong and maybe finish in the top 3 in the division on that, I think. So I think that's going to be a big stepping stone for them. And of course, though, number 3 is number 4, the wild card team is the Vegas Golden Knights. Yes, I know the Vegas Golden Knights are going to be in the wild card. So that's why I said I'd be back in a minute with it. But the problem I got for them, with Vegas this year, they lost a lot of the guys in free agency. That's going to be a big problem for the Vegas Golden Knights. They've lost a lot of guys. I think that's going to set them back just a little bit. But I don't know. We'll see. But they still got Marc-Andre Fleury, and they still got Pierre Edmonds Bellemare. So I think they're going to be okay with them. So that's going to help them out a lot. But it's just going to be enough for a wild card, especially with San Jose coming back healthy and strong. So I think we're going to have to see with that. And the LA Kings coming back, too, for redemption last year. Now, let's get on to the playoffs. All right, this is how I got it set down. The Eastern Conference, I got the Maple Leafs number 1. In my opinion, they could get the President's Trophy this year. And number 4, they're going to face the Florida Panthers. And of course, in the other Atlantic part of the division, the Lightning number 2 and the number 3 Boston Bruins. And of course, you got the Pittsburgh Penguins getting at number 1 in the Metropolitan Division. And, of course, you got the Philadelphia Flyers in the wild card spot. And, of course, you got the defending Stanley Cup champion, the Washington Capitals, and you got the Columbus Blue Jackets at number 3 in that spot. Those are my Eastern Conference playoffs. Early playoff predictions on that. And on the other side, you got the West Coast. I got the Winnipeg Jets number 1, the Chicago Blackhawks number 4 in their own respectable division, the Central Division. And of course, you also got the St. Louis Blues, who are number 3, and the Predators number 2. So those are my Metropolitan pick sides. And like I said, the Sharks number 1 in the wild card, Vegas Golden Knights, who is number 4. And of course, you got the Flames, who are number 2, and the Kings number 3. Now let's get down to my picks. All right, here we go. I'm going to kick it off from the Western Conference this time, as I did my divisions in the Eastern side. I'm going to pick the West side this time. So anyways, with the Winnipeg Jets and the Chicago Blackhawks, if this is going down as what I say, though, I think the early playoff prediction on this one, I think the Winnipeg Jets are going to probably take the cake on this one. I think they're going to make do a little noise this year for the Canadian team in the playoffs. I think they're going to move on that one. So I like the Winnipeg Jets over the Chicago Blackhawks, and I think that's going to be a 5-game series. And the Predators and the Blues. So the Predators and Blues, PK Subban, he's going to make lots of noise. He's going to probably get that Stanley Cup championship. And of course, he's got a new little helper out with them too. So that's going to be a big help for Nashville this year with Jared Jelani from Pittsburgh. So that's going to be a big major help. So, and of course, you got the Toronto, and they got the St. Louis Blues. I don't know. I don't really trust about the St. Louis Blues, too. So they're looking like the Washington Capitals when they go in the playoffs, then choke away. So that's what I see happening from the Blues on that one. So I like the Predators moving on to face the Winnipeg Jets. In that series, that's going to be a 7-game series. And, of course, you got the San Jose Sharks who are taking on the Vegas Golden Knights. That's where it goes with the Vegas Golden Knights. That's when they get their playoff guys in the potential. That's not going to help them out. I like the Sharks winning the Stanley Cup in that playoff series. That's going to be a sweep. And, of course, the Flames and the Kings. And if that's going to happen out there, I like how the Flames are doing right now and doing in the offseason. So I think this is going to be too much for Jonathan Quick to handle. So I think this is going to be the Flames series on that one. I like the Flames in this one, 4-2. And, of course, to the Eastern Conference Finals. I like the Toronto Maple Leafs in the Florida Panthers, like I said. The Maple Leafs are going to make some noise. I like the Maple Leafs going in this one. Sweep on this one. The Maple Leafs over the Maple Leafs over the Panthers in a sweep. And, of course, you got the Lightning and the Bruins. The Bruins will look like they're going to, if that's going to be the case, the Bruins are going to redeem themselves, get some revenge on their mind. They have nothing. I think the back of their mind is still with the Tampa Bay Lightning in there. The way they did to them last year. I think they're going to do something. If I had to pick an upset one of this one, this is it. I like my Bruins over the Tampa Bay Lightning. And, of course, with the Pittsburgh Penguins, and the Philadelphia Flyers. Pittsburgh look like they're going to redeem themselves, too. I can see them beating the Philadelphia Flyers with the series, 4-2. It's a battle of Pennsylvania, by the way. Just saying. And the defending Stanley Cup champions, the Washington Capitals and the Columbus Blue Jackets. I'll say this, the Capitals want to make some noise and want to be back-to-back Stanley Cup champions. That's what I see with them. Especially with what they got in the lineup. With who else I should say? Besides not Alex Ovechkin. Who else I should say? Oh yeah, like Brandon Hopley, like I said. So other than that, they're gonna do all right. So I like the Capitals moving on. That's gonna be a 7-game series. I think the Blue Jackets are gonna be with a fight. So that's what I say. So there you have it. That's going to be a 7-game series on that one. So, those are my first round picks. I'll get back to you in my second round picks. Alright, now let's get down to the second round on the Stanley Cup playoff predictions. Early Stanley Cup playoff predictions, I have to say. Let's kick off in the East, though, with, which I said, the Penguins and the Capitals. They're going to fight in their own division. This is going to be a tough one. The Pittsburgh Penguins are going to get some redemption on them. I like Pittsburgh. Going to beat the defending Stanley Cup champions, knocking them out of the playoffs, going into the Eastern Conference Finals. And of course, the other side, the Maple Leafs and the Bruins. And of course, I can't see the Bruins stopping them, not for a while. If they pick up more prospects in the future, like the next 5 years, maybe. But till then, I can't see it. I like the Maple Leafs in this one with the series, 4-1. And by the way, for the Penguins and Capitals, that's going to be a 7-game series. I almost forgot about that. And of course, though, in the second round, though, the Winnipeg Jets and the Nashville Predators. All right, this is where it gets going for Nashville. Remember last year and a couple of years ago, they had a Smashville going on? They're going to come back to that. I like an upset in this one, if you can call it an upset, if that's going to happen. I like the Nashville Predators beating out the Winnipeg Jets. 7-game series. And the Flames and the Sharks. I think if there's going to be a team that's going to help out the Sharks, they need to get the momentum going like they did a few years ago when they were in the Stanley Cup Finals. I think that's what's going to happen. I like the Sharks winning that series 4-2. And of course, that will wrap up my second round pick. I'll get back to you in my conference final picks. Let's get rolling to the Eastern Conference Finals. I got the Pittsburgh Penguins in the... I'm sorry, I'm going to go to the Western Conference first. I'm going to do that. So, anyways, the Sharks and the Predators. Sharks will get home ice if this is the case. But I like the Predators and have a motivational run. I like the Predators in this series if that's going to be happening. PK Subban wants a championship. I think he might have another shot at it. I like the Predators in this series. The final in this series, 7-game series. And you got the Pittsburgh Penguins and the Toronto Maple Leafs. The Maple Leafs are going to be going to I like how the Maple Leafs going, how they're going to do. I think they're going to beat Sidney Crosby in this one. And not only that, I think they're going to beat out Evi McCollum too. I think those two they're gonna make those two cry. I like the Toronto Maple Leafs winning this series. That could be a 7-game series as well. I'm gonna say that again. The Maple Leafs if that's gonna be the case, I think the Toronto Maple Leafs are gonna win it. They're gonna go be the Eastern Conference champions in that division, and they get the Prince of Wales trophy. So here you go, here are my Stanley Cup Finals predictions. It's the Toronto Maple Leafs versus the Nashville Predators. All right, though, going to the Stanley Cup Finals. Who I think is going to make it this year. It's going to be the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Nashville Predators. All right, if you want it, you got it. I think this is going to be the Stanley Cup Finals. What I see it in there. I think what's going to go down, it's going to go down to chemistry. And that's what I think Nashville has more than the Toronto Maple Leafs done. Nobody has more chemistry than PK Subban in the NHL right now. I think he wants that cup more. I could just see it. Hosting that Stanley Cup in Nashville, I think they're going to win it. Honestly, though, I like John Travers. I think he's a great player. But he's going to get more guys, supporting guys, besides Morgan Nelly. I mean, besides Morgan Nelly, though, he needs more help on the Toronto Maple Leafs to get things going. Maybe get a couple of prospects to help them out. But till then, I like Nashville. I like Nashville winning the Stanley Cup Finals, winning the Stanley Cup, bringing the cup to Nashville, bringing it to the place where Elvis used to hang out in the Tennessee area. I don't know if it was Nashville, but I think it was Memphis or something like that. But anyways, long story short, though, they're gonna bring it to Old Tennessee, bringing it into the Country Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, or the Country Music Hall of Fame, whatever it's down there. They're going to bring it over there. I like the Predators winning the Stanley Cup. The series on that one, it could be a 7-game series, guys. I think Toronto's going to be in for a fight. I want it, and I think PK Subban's going to have his name on the Stanley Cup. He's going to be hoisting that trophy. And, of course, after he hoists that trophy, I think he might pass it on to... who should I pass it on to? I think it'll be Jared Jelani, who hold the Stanley Cup a few times with Pittsburgh. I think he was there in 2009, if I remember right, though. But anyways, that being said, though, I think he's going to hoist it again, too, with Sidney Crosby, PK Subban this time, not instead of Sidney Crosby. Well, there you go. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you liked it. So, Anyways, I was thinking doing that because the NHL season's a week away. Looking forward to it, and my Bruins are facing the Stanley Cup champions, then Washington Capitals, which they're going to pull their banner in front of us, which I'm not going to be really happy about that, but it is what it is. Honestly, I like to see the Bruins beat out the Stanley Cup champions. That would be a great move. That say we're in for the playoffs and things like that. That would be great. But hey, though, if you liked it, let me know if you want to see more of this. I want to, if you want me to do more NHL videos, maybe some NBA videos like I did the NBA final picks last year. Want me to give me my picks about that? If you want me to know, if you want to hear that, let me know. Till then, this is Andrew Warren. I'll see you guys all in Week 6 of my NFL predictions. Peace.